Hey, and welcome to Good Knit Kisses. Good morning. I am Kristen, and I am so glad that you joined me today. And it is a great little coffee day. I'm enjoying some coffee, so hold on. I hope you are doing well today. Welcome to the live tutorial. Let me adjust my camera a little low here. Here we go. Thank you for joining me. If you're catching me on the replay, be sure and you can pause and fast forward and rewind and whatever, but also be sure and write replay. And if you have a question, feel free to write it up and I can do a future video on it or answer it in next time I check or the next time I make a live video. So you never know what's coming. So due to one person's question, I am going to be showing a little bit of double knitting today. And I want to bring to your attention something called a tight cast on for double knitting. Now, the first time I saw it was Kimberly Kerrigan, and she came up with this. It's the first I've seen of it. I think it's pretty inventive, and I'm going to show it to you today. But full credit goes to Kimberly. So Kimberly Kerrigan, and I'll mention her name again just for people who jump on, but I want to welcome everyone this morning, and I saw somebody who jumped on that I want to especially recognize. You can't see her comment yet, but her name is Susie, and because she's my friend, I see her pop up. So Susie, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susie. Happy birthday to you. Boop. All right, I see your comment now. Hey, Susie. I hope you are going to have a great day. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Ellie. Hello, Nancy. Nancy, I think, Nancy, you sent me your message, and I have not got to check it yet, so I am going to do that this morning. Let's see, it's 9 o'clock here, Central Standard Time. A little late starting, but I'm trying to get within 30 minutes of my around the 8:30-ish time. So good morning. And Carol is on. It looks like Carol is here. She's commenting for Good Knit Kisses. So if you see me commenting, it's not me, it's Carol. So welcome, welcome. So I was up late last night filming, and I made the video for the review on the new Zippy Looms. Let me get that. I've got my coffee in my hand. Hold on. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. So I filmed the Zippy, okay? This is the Zippy Master Set. This image is reversed for you, but the the Master Set. And I filmed that last night. And it's a long review. I typically do pretty long, lengthy reviews, and I go through all the ins and outs, and I try to give you all the information you need, and then some. So a lot of times I include a tutorial at the end. So when you start watching it, I might put a tutorial in the middle or towards the end, or I might make two. So, and there's also a giveaway at the end. So I would suggest, though, that you watch the whole video, though, before you just skip to the review, to the giveaway. So it has not come out yet. You don't have to switch off your channel and stop watching me because it's actually uploading right now. It says 32%. I'm watching it tick away, and then I'll put all the links and descriptions in there after we get off of here, and then and hopefully it will be ready. So it'll start kind of spooling out. So if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I suggest you get subscribed, because then you can also, once you log in, so you have to have a Gmail account, or some other account that you've set up with YouTube. Gmail's really easy because it's all connected. And then you're going to want to subscribe, and then click on the little gear button on my subscription page. So go to youtube.com/goodknitkisses and click on the little button to subscribe, and then you hover over it or click around it again, and you can actually get the email notification. So you'll get that in your box, and then after that, I'm going to be having one come out within today or early in the morning will be just a very short version, which is just the connections for all the different configurations. It'll be very short. It won't really be much of me talking as far as like the long video. It'll be very short format. So anyway, I do want to show you this tight cast on for double knitting. I'm going to say hi again one more time to everybody before I get started. Oh, Nancy says, how is the house painting going? Well, I'm not having a paint. Actually, I am going to paint. I'm going to change after this. We have one room that's got really tall walls there. It's like 18 feet in this one room. And so we did one little accent wall. I helped with the scaffolding, take it down yesterday. That's it. And then anyway, so I've got another 2 rooms to paint, and then we'll be done. We're not doing too much. Anyway, so we're going to be putting our house on the market if you missed that yesterday. I need to get a closed-in studio. As you can see, this is open, and it makes it really hard to shoot tutorials when my kids are back from school, or like during the summer and during breaks or the weekend or whatever. So I want to be more consistent for you guys and putting them out there. And as the kids get older and they're not in bed as much, like napping, I have to do that. And then we also have to accommodate. We have like 6 people living here. So the next thing, sorry. Good morning, Ellie. Good morning, Kathy, Mitzi, and Shirley. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Hey, we got Florida and New York. Hey, that's awesome. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to show you, I just had an alarm come up, which reminds me about something, so sorry about that. I'm going to flip the camera here and show you, hey, good morning, Betty. I'm going to show you this, this double knitting, okay, that you can do with the Zippy loom. Now you can do this on any loom. I think the Zippy's kind of nice because it's got big pegs and you can see it. It's really bright. So I think it's good. Next week, I'm probably going to go more into infinity looms. For some reason, we have a lot of people asking about infinity looms and they're not associating it with, an infinity loom is like a big S, whether it's really elongated, like a really long skinny S, or like a short compact one. It's still the same as double knitting. It's either double knitting or it's knitting in a flat panel, depending upon what you have. If you have the Cindy Wood loom that has like the colored pegs you can skip, it's really easy to double knit on that. Most of the other ones you can knit around one side and back again. So it's still the same as a flat panel, but for some reason people who want the infinity looms want like special videos for them. And first of all, I just want to implore you, you can do the same things and you just need to, have patience. So some people hate the infinity looms and some people love the infinity looms. It just depends on if you like to knit blankets and a lot of stitches at the same time. Otherwise you can make little strips and put them together. And some people don't like big projects. So, and I get it. So it takes a while, but I have made a few on them. So I'm going to flip the camera here and let you see what I am seeing. And let's go. Oh, by the way, at the end of the Zippy video, the review, you get to do a super scarf. So I show you a video on how to make one. This is an abbreviated short version. It's like 9 inches wide and it's super fast, especially if you have some t-shirt yarn or like some big jumbo yarn. All right, let's flip this thing. Whoop. All right, get my stuff ready here. Okay. So this is the double knitting right here. Okay. So what comes in the Zippy Master Set is 2 of these, 2 more of these, and then the way to do the double knitting. Okay. So you've got 4 Zippies and then to double knit. Now I've added 2 more. Look how big that is. And that's how I made this. And this is in the video. Okay. So you get to do a 3x1 ribbing. This is the back side, the wrong side, which actually I think looks really cool. And you can do it by no purling. Yeah, I said no purling. And then this is like 3 columns. Now it's harder to see in this fabric. That's why I like to show you on the back. So isn't that cool? And so you can connect this and make it into a cowl. You can, knit a shorter amount, connect it, make it into a cowl. This is too short for a cowl. But, this could be like a nice big trivet to put on your table. This is kind of a long one, so you could put like a casserole on this particular one. You can make it super long for a super scarf, okay? So that's that. And I did it with this one. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to take this apart here and show you. I'd already loosened it, so I'm going to show you what it looks like with two of them on a clean one. So hold on, I'm taking it apart as we speak. All right. And I go into the specifics about how to do this, okay, on the video that will be out later today. Be sure and subscribe. So, all right, what are we missing? Okay, so I've got this one that I've already started. Okay, and then, yay, no purling. I'm reading the comments now. It says, oh, hey, Barbara from Ontario and Lori from Wisconsin. Good morning. Yeah, yay, no purling, Ellie says. Shirley loves cows. And Brenda says, I finally made friends with Pearl. Oh, that's funny. Making friends with Pearl. Oh, that tickled me, Brenda. Okay. All right. So this is double knitting. And first, I'm going to kind of go in what you may think is a backward way to go here, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So I'll show you the tight cast on in just a minute. But this is like, say you're doing a regular stocking knit. So I've already got this already on here. What you can't see, I'm going to get a few more rows because I want you to see this tight knit cast on. All right. So I've done it on another loom, but I wanted to show you on this big one. And that's another reason why I was delayed today. So, okay, so we've got this ended down here on this last peg. I'm going to go around. We're going to do the top left here. So go to the back first and then skip one. We're going to go down and back and down and back and then back again. Down, back, down. Well, this is the front. Okay. So now we have 2 loops on each peg, right? And so this is simple double knitting, okay? And when you do the double knitting, if you're just going to flip right over, it's perfect. If you pull away from it, it can get kind of loose or, too loose on one side. So then when you're done again, remember you just go back, forward, around, back, forward. Look how fast that is. And having the little zippy, I mean, wouldn't that be great to just throw in your bag? I mean, you have a big enough purse, you could throw it in your purse. If you have one of those separate pouches, So I think it's pretty cool. And I talk about this on the thing, but you can do like, just work with just work with one of the looms here on the front, and then you could do a double knit. So this would be a really good one. It's like having 2 looms in one when you go travel, if you just want to make like a nice chunky thing. You could pick up some roving. If you go to one of those fiber shows, you can pick up roving. Oops, see, I'm doing the wrong thing. Upper left. So it's the same every time. Da, 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 da. All right, so I was hoping to get a little bit more, and then I can pull this through. I want to show you the tight, and then we'll show you the like what it looks like, and then I'll do how to do it. Okay. All right, so this, because it's so thick, and this is t-shirt yarn, it's just because it's t-shirt yarn, I'm going to go down here and kind of pull on it. Now, this would have been good if I had put in like a scrap yarn, but I didn't do that. So if you ever wonder, why are people putting this extra scrap yarn in? Well, it's to solve problems like this. All right. So here is my edge here. And did you see that my starting point was really long? That's because this is all the slack that was taken out. Like I had my Slipknot and it was about right here. So this is about a normal tail size, right? And then all this extra slack came out of this edge. So we're going to do this nice tight edge. Can you see how tight that is? See? All right. So it's not loose. If you don't like the loose edge of a double knit, I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside. Oh, you know what? And I'll show you how to bind off. Do y'all want to see how I bind off on these? Okay, I'll do that after we do cast on, because that way I'm not thoroughly confusing you. I'll cast on, I'll show you how to do this again in one row, and then I'll do the bind off. Okay. And I've got to snooze an alarm on me. Okay, so we're going to get my other strand, because I've got my other ball right over here. Hopefully you can see. I'm having to do this at my desk today. Oh, my upload is at 69%, 70%. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to do a slip knot. Okay. Hey, good morning, Joanne. I see you came in. Ellie says she started her super scarf yesterday. That's awesome. Okay, so I would normally do my slip knot. Okay. Now, because this is a little bit different, I'm going to do something to really different. I'm going to put this little, if I had like a starting peg or a different odd peg, I would use it. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm going to tie on to this end here. Okay, so I'm doing the slip knot just because I want to remember where that was. So I'm just going to kind of loosely tie on. All right. And you'll see why in a minute. So I want to go through and we're going to go around every peg here. So we're going to go down and around and back and around, and it's like a snake. Okay, zigzag around everything. We're not twisting. Okay, and for time purposes, I'm just going to do 4 pegs. All right. So 4 pegs, and then I'm going to go back around. Okay, and then, so I'm going down through here, around. Oops, sorry. Okay, up and around. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time seeing. I've got some wires behind me. Okay, let me turn this so I can see it. I'm having to look up on top. It's a very awkward position. Okay, so I'm going to snake around. Okay, and now I'm going to go up and around and then back through this area here again. And then I'm going to go back. Okay, so it's going to like crisscross. See how it's crisscrossing? Do you see that? Oh, I hope it's... I can do a better video on my other surface. You'll see me do with the regular white background. So anyway, so I go around like that. All right. Then I'm going to start working over this back area. I'm going to start here. Okay. I'm going to flip these over. Okay. And now I'm going to start, this is where my, my first one was. So I'm going to flip this one over, and then I'm going to pull on the yarn. Okay. And so I've got this nice loop. We're going to make it tight, right? And then I'm going to flip this next one, and then I'm going to pull it and make it tight. All right. I'm going to make sure my stitches are aligned in the middle. Now, if you're just catching me in the beginning, I'm giving credit to Kimberly Kerrigan, and she does a lot of really great double knitting, and she's actually got a YouTube channel now, which I'm very excited about. She has a cool pattern called the Zephyr stitch. Y'all check her out, Kimberly Kerrigan. If someone has that link, be sure and share it. Okay, so just to exaggerate this stitch, so it's here. So I want you to see when I start pulling this one to lift it over, it's going to pull out the slack. You can also pull out the slack here. Okay, so this is another way to do it, especially if you're like maybe one-handed. You have a way to clamp this down and you can just pull with one hand. Then you're going to flip it back and tug, and then do this next one. So you can tug down here. Okay, I've got this tool here if I need it, but really I'm just messing with this here. So I'm pulling it until I get all the slack out. Look how much slack is on here. See how these are all kind of lined up in the middle? Now she shows going back after and lining these up, but I like to do it as I go, especially if you have a lot of them. And then so now I've got this extra slack. What do I do with this, Kristen? I'll show you what you do. you you would think that you could pull on the working yarn, but it's actually tight. What you need to do is now undo this original tie on. Okay. You pull that out. Okay, this was the one that had the slip knot, remember? And that's how I remember this is the one. I'm just going to pull on it. See how that just cinched right up? Isn't that great? So now I do have all this extra slack. So if you were able to somehow tie on with very little, then that would work for you. I'm just trying to be exaggerating here. So then you would just take this and work this down into your loom here. All right. And pull it on through. And then this is my tail. And then we just push down. See? That's it. Okay, so it takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it. The final product is worth it. And then here's your stitch. Okay, so we're going to do the stitch again. Oh, thank you, Carol. She put in the link for Kimberly. Okay, so we're going to take this and go to the back, and we're going to go down. We're skipping. Go back here, go down to the front, and around again to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front, and around. And then we just work our stitches. Okay, so that is the stitch. Now you can do another stitch if you want. This is just the stocking knit. Oh no, here we go. So this is the stocking knit, and you just flip it over. My goodness, Kristen. All right, I'm telling y'all, this is a bad angle for me. All right, so that's it. And then y'all want to see how to do the bind off? Yes, you do. I know you do. Let's move this over and get our other loom. I've got t-shirt yarn flakes on my paper. Okay, so here's that long tail again. All right. And then we've got this now sticking out. Of course, so it's going to be a little awkward for me to do this, but maybe it'll look better nice and angled for you. Okay, so what I do is I actually start lifting the back loops off and putting them on the front. Look at this. Just lift the back onto the front. How simple is that? Right? Lift it. You can bind these all off at the same time, or go ahead and lift and knit these. So let's just lift and knit these. Okay? Want it nice and tight. So look, we just knit them over. What does that look like? That's the basic or simple bind off, just a flat panel bind off. And so you're going to do what you always do, and you're going to knit the first stitch, right? And you're going to knit the second stitch. And you're going to lift the second and put it on the first, and then work that stitch. And then you're going to move it. All right. And then we're going to knit the second stitch, because this is the new second stitch. All right, move the second to the first, work the stitch, move it. It's the new first stitch. We've got one more. We've got the second stitch, work it, move it, work it. All right, and then we can knit this again, and we're going to cut it and pull our strand out, and then we just pull on that, and we can go through and tighten it and get that all the same. You can also bind them off at the same time. This is kind of loose right now, so you can go through and tighten your strands. You're just going to work it. Work all your strands here. The I need to do a video on it, but really there's a great video by the Loom Knitting Muse, the Loom Muse, Scarlett, and she does a neat way to tighten your cast on. So you'll have to check out her video. So you can, you can choose to knit those off, or you can knit them the two and one at the same time, and it's a little bit bigger, a little bit better bind off. I knitted it over just to see what it looked like, but on the t-shirt yarn I don't like it that way. So anyway, this is the tight tight cast on. So anyway, and then this is, of course, I'm gonna stretch this out. That is your stocking knit. It's just all skewed, but that's what it really looks like. See that? So I had it stretched out before, but look at that. Isn't that pretty? Kind of a dark. Sorry, it's kind of dark to see that. All right, so anyway, I hope you like that. Man, that's really hard. What I'm doing is I have my phone and I'm kind of doing this. I'm having to look through the screen to see what you guys see, so it's really awkward to do it. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you. I've got to run, but you guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is knitting day and yarn, and we'll see what we get. So be sure and write your questions. Be sure and check the channel. It is still okay. My video is finished uploading, but now it's processing, and it takes a while to process a video of 24 minutes onto YouTube. So it's like at 0%. So it'll be later on today because I've got to run, and I'll be back later. But anyway, y'all be sure and check that out, youtube.com/goodknitkisses. It'll have a giveaway at the end for the Zippy Master Set, and then watch for the connection video, which will be much shorter and be easy if you have to go back to refer. And that's it. I hope you join me. If you didn't catch the announcement yesterday, I'm working with Bernat. I'm going to be blogging along while Yolanda teaches knitting on needles for a mystery stitch along, and Michael of the Crochet Crowd, Mikey, is going to be doing a crochet mystery stitch along as well. Those are all in October, so each week something's going to get released. So I'm going to be blogging about it, so be sure and check out goodknitkisses.com and hit the blog, and you can check that out. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.